team contest is set for one fall. Introducing team number one, accompanied to the ring by the mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart, and representing the Dungeon of Doom, both from the Kingdom of Tonga, Meng and the Barbarian, the Faces of Fear.
One of the most devastating and dominant tag teams that I can conceive of, but they have done nothing but destroy their opponents, Dusty, in the ring.
The Fates of Fear to me, are the most powerful tag team, and I guarantee you this is going to be a good matchup here, this move match. Prime cut with the Nasty Boys.
Now we take you back to our ring announcer, Mr. David Panzer.
Their opponents from the streets of New York City, Knobs and Sid, the Nasty Boys.
And this Sunday at Fall Brawl, live and only on pay-per-view, the Nasty Boys hope to come out with the World Tag Team title, facing the R&B.
I tell you what, they don't back down from anybody. The Fates of Fear are so big and powerful, and I with the right guidance, they could be World Tag Team Champions too. But in a situation like this with the Dungeon of Doom, I think Taskmaster got other plans. And the plans are, I've said this to Silver Tongue Tony Schiavone, if I would go out and stand the Face of Fear by the truck, and if anybody wanted to paint it, I'd say, come on and get it, boys. That's what needs to be done to the New World Order.
Yeah, there is the concern that here in World Championship Wrestling, they have turned us against one another. As it has been said before, the house divided cannot stand. And indeed, at Fall Brawl, we may see the house collapse.
I was talking in the commissary, in the arena, I was talking about you before we went on air. They turned us against each other.
You and me?
No, not us, man.
All right, this is our WCW Prime Cut match of the week. It's the Faces of Fear against the Nasty Boys, and we've got this main event for you right after this. Back and ready for our main event match of the week here on the Prime. The introductions are over. It's the Faces of Fear against the Nasty Boys, Dust, and this is going to, I would imagine, involve just a whole lot of clubbering.
Yeah, well, you look for clubbering, but look on the Face of Fear for power, and look for a devious move by that stake of the grass, Jimmy Hart, the Dungeon of Doom guys. Nasty Boys, very important for them to get off on the right foot, because they got such a big match coming up at Fall Brawl for the World Tag Team titles. They can't stand the loss here for, they got everything to lose. Face of Fear can just go out and blitz them, if you know what I'm talking about. So power and speed against the Nasty Boys, clubbering and meanness. Will the ring be able to hold them right here on this Prime Cut matchup right here on Prime?
Great analysis and insight there from the former three-time heavyweight champion of the world, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. And this is Meng showing his versatility after the collar and elbow tie-up there. Look at the chop there. He knows he's got to go to work on Knobs, and look at this. Wow.
Well, if that was a pretty picture, it sure wasn't painted. They just went ahead and started subbing each other. And that would have been like, see, that was 450s, but that was no other head. So that can't be clubbing because the 450s were not on one head. That was like, they was like each other's head. Now then, maybe. They in position for that here. Super clubbing. Super clubbing.
But Dusty, give credit to Meng.
And Meng even got in on the clubbing. That was clubbing with Meng clubbing.
Have you ever seen anybody try to fight their way out of clubbering? That's the toughness of Meng.
Yeah, Meng tried it. But he didn't get it done, because these guys are the masters of the clubbing. They can't stand the loss of our fear. They need a victory right here.
The challenge has always been, when you're facing somebody like Meng, how do you hurt him? That may be one way.
Well, that's one way to hurt him, you know what I mean? But, you're going to have to do more than that to Meng. And the Barbarian, the Face of Fear, right here on the Prime. Throws it in. Now you double up on him.
Wow. Hey, still to come, news about, well, actually, now that I think of it, let's tell the fans what's going on in Vegas. It's the Slim Jim Halloween Havoc. Tickets are on sale. Some good seats still available, I'm told, for the Slim Jim Halloween Havoc in Vegas at the MGM Grand Garden Arena. The Macho Man Randy Savage against Hollywood Hulk Hogan. And you have heard, Dusty, Macho Man has made some promises about what he's going to do in Vegas.
Well, when you take a look at Fall Brawl, okay, and the situation there with the Macho Man, but when you look on paper at this matchup, and you go back in the history books, where the biggest were played, where the baddest of all, where the biggest crowds, where the biggest things that actually happened, the Macho Man Randy Savage and Hulk Hogan were involved in them. And they have faced each other before, and I guarantee you, this one, I couldn't have picked anybody better to put in there with Hulk Hogan and the Macho Man Randy Savage. So, he got to get through Fall Brawl.
That's right, that's the Sunday.
Well, even if he gets through it, I mean, if he gets laid out, He's got to have a good showing and come out of that with some momentum. That's important.
The Macho Man Randy Savage also going to be in Knoxville,
That was a
Tennessee.
tag.
That was a tag there. Great teamwork. Knoxville, Tennessee, Friday, September 13th at the Knoxville Coliseum. Also, the Four Horsemen will be in action there, as they will at the Freedom Hall Civic Center, Saturday, September 14th in Johnson City, Tennessee. World Championship Wrestling, hot on a roll and filling arenas throughout this great clan of ours. Oh, look at that from Jerry Sags onto the left leg of the Barbarian.
They showed some nice moves there, a little high, low move. I'm talking about the Nasty Boys. Now they got him down, and they know they got his legs, so he took him out from under him and starting to work on Jimmy Hart, that snake of the grass, blowing that whistle, using that megaphone. Somebody got to put it somewhere. Bottom line, Nasty Boys looking better right now than the face of fear.
Speaking of snake of the grass, one of the most hated men in professional wrestling actually is not a wrestler, Dusty. That's been a real surprise for a whole lot of people.
Well, can I take a guess on who you're talking about?
I'm not talking about me.
No, I know that. I believe lately it's been one Nick Patrick.
Hey!
Well, Braun is
at the
back.
beginning. I guess we'll see him at the end. What do you say about this guy? That's his manager, Jimmy Hart, and he's biting him.
Well, Braun came out, made a drive-by, a pass-through, a fly-by, and left it in the hands of the face of fear. I'm going to tell you what, that guy's going to be hard to handle.
And Jerry Sags gets out of the way of Meng. Meng like a locomotive. No, you're not going to hurt him that way. Apparently, though, you're going to certainly slow him down. And Sags with a handful of hair. Well, this has been a surprisingly strong match for these four individuals. And Sags looks like he is running out of gas a little bit. And look at that from Barbarian, and a beautiful clothesline there from Meng.
That turned the momentum around right here. Now the face of fear is starting trying to get the momentum switch and trying to go on the offense a little bit. Now they're putting some pain blues in there and they're trying to stop a mud hole in the Nasty Boys right here on Prime as we get ready for Fall Brawl. Only on pay-per-view, the New World Order. What more can they do?
But, Dusty, what does it do if the Nasty Boys are defeated by the Faces of Fear as they go into Fall Brawl against Harlem Heat?
Well, that's a little semi-club in there. You know, the Nasty Boy got out there in a bad situation. Meng nearly put his lights out.
Talk about low morale going into Fall Brawl.
What did you ask me right before that?
I was going to say, what are the Nasty Boys? I was wondering if you were just ignoring me. I was wondering if the Nasty Boys are defeated here. What if they're defeated by the Faces of Fear?
Well, that's what I said. At the early start of the program, you'd have had your little earrings open, man, looking like, you know what? I got a card in the paper. I mean, a card last week on the Prime, and they say, is that Chris Cruz ears or is he modeling ping pong paddles? Anyway, if you open your little ears, I said that if the Nasty Boys lose, that momentum be taken away from them. They don't stand a better chance. They got to win this thing. It's better for them to win. You know, face the fear, you got nothing to lose, but Nasty Boys do. Yeah, momentum grabs from underneath you, going into a big event. Like wall games at Fall Brawl can hurt you. So I answer your question now. You don't feel hurt anymore.
2 rings, 1 cage in the world's most dangerous match. And now, look at that.
This is over.
It sure is the pile driver, and look at Knobs. Well, Nick Patrick so far has called this right down the line, right down the middle. Speaking of down the middle, the Macho Man Randy Savage having a yellow streak painted down the middle of his back by Hollywood Hulk Hogan. What do you think about that? And how does it affect him emotionally going into Fall Brawl against the Giant?
Well, you know, Nick Patrick, when you're taking a look out there at him, I guarantee you there's something rotten there in the camp.
But the fact is,
but you said, too, who's next, or who is it? New World Order? I mean, what is the fact? Tell me.
Well, Nick Patrick, to his credit, has been for 8 years the senior referee, the best referee we have here in World Championship
Wrestling.
Wrestling.
Yeah. But lately, it ain't been like that.
He has been vehement in his denial.
He's been what?
Vehement. He says to Mean Gene Okerlund, you are slandering me. You are libeling me.
Say it again.
He has been strong in his denials. He said, I am not a part of the New World Order. I am calling them as I see them in 1, 2, and almost a 3 there on Sags. He has denied it strongly.
Well, I got my thoughts on that. I'll tell you what, though, Face of Fear now got momentum over there, and the old Mo is in the corner of that state of grass. Jimmy Hart and Face the Fear. And the Nasty Boys got to rally quick, because I guarantee you one thing, they get beat down anymore, they could lose this thing, and that will cost them a lot going in to Fall Brawl only on pay-per-view.
And in comes Meg now.
Meg.
Look at the double.
Meg Ryan? You
Meg.
said Meg or me?
Did I say Meg? Did I say Meg? Did I say Meg?
No. You said Braun.
I didn't say Braun.
Try to get him up 300-something pounds right there. That's a load. That's a load.
And Meng gets some momentum, and he misses the big elbow. And
He needs to make that tag. Sags need to make it. He got him.
And Knobs a house of fire. Look at him, man. Those rights are talk about thundering. The elbows, and oh! Momentum indeed. He's going after Barbarian.
Oh, got him up. That's a load.
And now the whip on Meng. And flying goes Brian Knobs. Oh, no. There's Sags. He has thrown Barbarian out of the ring. He has thrown him out of the ring.
Well, he's got him outside. And now he's right here. You see the big whip right here. Whoa! Into the corner, about 350 pounds.
It's great teamwork.
Another 320. Let's see if they can put him away right now. This could break into a real battle, a real wall.
Nasty Boys need a victory. Hit it. Oh, they've got Jimmy Hart.
Yes, pull it in. Strip him down.
Oh, the chop.
The what?
The chop. The Nasty Boys need a win. They're going to the Fall Brawl right over the top rope, and that's a
Well, let's see if Nick
disqualification.
Patrick, yeah, he did call that. He did see that. Now watch out.
They got the megaphone. Oh, right on the shoulder there of Sags.
Oh, got him up. A little bit.
Here comes that boot from Barbarian.
I'm going to tell you what, Face of Fear looks devastating here. What a prime we have here. What a prime cut.
Dusty, this is not what the Nasty Boys need headed into Fall Brawl.
This will hurt them going into Fall Brawl against Harlem Heat.
Indeed, it will tremendously hurt their chances as they head into Fall Brawl live on pay-per-view and Meng and Barbarian. Oh no, Sags, he is laid right out. They're saying get out of the way. Double headbutt. Oh. Sags is laid out, and we're out of time. We're back with more in just a minute, though, here on the Prime.
This portion of